1/4 above the top of the plywood.
Right.
It's 1/4 above this. Now we're about half an inch.
Half an inch there.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, you're like 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah. And over here, by the time you come to here, it's perfect.
Right.
So that beam has a bit of a well.
Right.
So we just have to resolve that with a filler in the middle.
Okay, so basically what we're struggling with is that this new floor that we put in, perfectly square, perfectly level, but with a building that's 70 years old, we found out that the existing structure wasn't square and it's not level. So we built level and square, and we found out that the existing beams are out about 3.5 inches across that 36-foot span. And then this floor, we were coming into concrete and steel beam, and the assumption would be that everything's nice and level and square. But again, what we found is the steel beam is actually up and down a little bit over the 36 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up building level. And then I think we'll end up having to use leveler, floor leveler, and filler to kind of taper everything out. So in the end, once we have a finished floor, everything's going to feel smooth and nice and flat.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have to add an extra step to make it perfect. All right, thanks for joining us again today down here at 151 Main Street East. And been busy the last little bit. Kind of at a point today where we're going to be transitioning out of demolition into construction. So super exciting today. Got lots happening, got new engineered floor joists going in for extension to the second level. Got the roofers here this week switching out the roof. And we will start on the back of the building just to kind of, again, if you haven't seen the first episode, you could go back and see through all of this and the changes that have happened through the demo. But we've got the old outside of the building. This is the Oak Street side. Not a lot has happened out here yet. We've taken out the old sign. We're gonna get rid of that plywood and then go to a stucco finish. And then we've also looked to get the one entrance closed off, which is gonna help extend the stage on the inside. So why don't we head in and we'll take a look around. All right, so here we are back into the main dance area, or the screen section when it was back at the beginning with the Bay Theater. And as you can see, we've demoed out what used to be the sound and lighting booth when it was the nightclub. That came all down. It was all concrete, so that was a surprise. And then you can see we've taken down a stairwell here. Again, if you haven't seen episode 1, go back, but there was a raised platform here. That's gone. Stairs are gone. We've actually taken the raised platform back about 4 feet to a solid construction. Also took out stairwell that went up to the old VIP section. Notice the dancing cages are gone. I don't know if we caught those in episode 1, but they were a bit filthy. But yeah, we've added some lighting, taken out all the old flooring that was in here. Just, it was rubbish. There was bathrooms that were kind of sitting into this space here. Those were all demolished. Not sure that we caught this on camera, but while we were demoing those bathrooms, we did find a hidden camera in the bathroom. That was treasure. Again, we've had to remove all the flooring that was here, and actually a layer of plywood had to come up too. It was just full of beer and rotten garbage. The old bar is gone. All the plumbing that was associated with the bar is gone. Again, there was a platform there and then a second platform. And as you can see today, we've actually got all the floor joists put in place. So that section where the floor joist is was all wasted space on the right-hand side. It was kind of the VIP section on the left-hand side. So we've reclaimed a whole bunch of space. The same, there was a stairwell that kind of came up to a higher balcony over here. Ended up finding a cavity about 3 foot by 4 foot, completely wasted space. We're going to reclaim that and use it as we go. Pretty much the only thing you're going to recognize from episode 1 in the whole space is this fridge. This walk-in fridge is the only piece that is going to be here and stay from the beginning to the end. You can see we've basically got our new ceiling here, so we'll end up putting 2 layers of 5H drywall for fire barrier, and that will become the new ceiling for the bakery cafe area. Again, go back to episode 1, but there was walls here, there was plumbing here, there was a counter here, there was sinks, there was an old brick wall across the back, and there was a closet in there. Stairs have all been removed and are going to be replaced, and hopefully we'll be able to put that brick wall back, but we had to remove it so we could build this beam wall for the new floor joists. And then we move out into the front. Again, actually on the other side here, we had an old closet. Again, wasted space, 4 feet by 25 feet. Just a big waste of space. We're going to reclaim that for seating. And there was a wall here. We took it down. We're going to plan on putting a half wall back, which will kind of just facilitate a much more open feel. Coat check area, gone. The old ceiling, gone. We are going to leave the suspended ceiling and hopefully be able to put drywall back on top of that or some kind of finish, which will facilitate that front entrance. Again, episode 1, you can see there's used to be 2 bathrooms here. What we're going to have to do for new construction is we need a universal washroom. So those washrooms are quite large, 8 by 9. But the nice thing is here you can see, we'll see it again from outside, but we've pushed this whole front forward. In some spaces only about 2 feet, but then this whole section, if you see on the floor, you can actually see where the old tile stopped was where the old building ended. And so we've actually reclaimed about, I don't know, I'm going to say that's about 9 feet by 4 feet of space. Nice thing is with the universal washroom, we'll either be able to add a second smaller washroom, or we're really hoping that we don't need that washroom. We can use it as like a bit of a nook for, you know, the cafe could blend or marry nicely into like maybe lattes and Legos day. A couple days a week we might be able to have a time where there's a bit more of a casual feeling out here. A little kids corner here for activities to facilitate mums and kids or dads and kids. Why don't we take a walk down to the basement and see, because again, if you go back to episode 1, it was a disaster down there, and it's come a long way in a bit of time. Now you can't smell through the camera, but it's still a little stale, and I don't know what, dank is kind of the word that comes to mind. I don't even know, I'll have to look at the definition of the word dank to see if it even suits. But again, this was just a gong show down here. I mean, there was just rubble and garbage doors, garbage partitions from bathrooms, air conditioner, sound equipment blown out and damaged, tables, building material, wood, brick. It was just unbelievable. So again, what we've done, we've taken out walls here, taken out walls there. All the plumbing rough-ins are still here, so we're in a process of trying to see if we can reuse those plumbing rough-ins. We might just have to reshuffle walls. But yeah, you can see a nice big open space, and then here is probably the bigger change downstairs, but this was just full of junk. Partitions up in weird spots, shelving that was rotten. And so now we've come into this nice big space. At this point, it'll just be a great space for storage for the whole facility. So yeah, in the demo, we did end up finding electrical pipes that weren't fastened properly. We've had to reshore those up, and plumbing pipes that weren't finished properly. We've had to cut those out and repair them. But looking forward to what this space will become. Again, there was wiring that was rotted through, ductwork that had rotted through. I'm guessing just with a bit of salt and moisture coming in from Main Street. So yeah, let's head back up, and then I can show you the front facade, the Main Street side, and the changes that have happened there, much bigger than what happened on the back facade. So yeah, again, you'll remember there was alcoves that actually were set in on this front facade. We actually had multiple alcoves, 3 of them across here, and unfortunately they ended up being a place where people would just kind of sit or leave garbage and worse. And so we're going to get rid of those, really clean up the front facade. We've set this new plywood, and then the stucco, just to give you an idea, is basically going to just run right across here, and it'll be seamless when it's done. You won't even know that it was gone or that it was missing at one point. Our plan is to keep that band sign, but we are going to get the acrylic piece or whatever it is in the front removed, replaced with the new name for the facility, and maybe even a section to be able to put some lettering on. So looking forward to that. Take you upstairs now to what was the apartment. You can see that we've just kind of cleaned up some of the stuff that was hanging, but there's still lots of work to do in this stairwell. But this heads us up into the apartment, and if you haven't seen episode 1, I'm going to encourage you again to go back to episode 1, because this looks totally different. You won't have any appreciation for what's been done unless you see what was here before. But you used to come up, and this was actually a doorway that brought you into this old 3-bedroom apartment. And now what we've got is we've just got one big open space. So what used to be a bit of an entrance and a living space, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms and a little kitchen, a little kitchenette, I'd say, with a table in it and a washroom with laundry, no longer exists. What we've decided to do is push this out another 23 feet. And what you see here now will become the whole apartment right out to way over here. So you can see too, we've opened everything right up to deck, which is the plan definitely for the main common area. But all this floor joist that we put in this week are going to facilitate this much larger second floor apartment. We're going to have 5 bedrooms up here and really be able to have an awesome center area. The plan is to keep the ceiling open to the deck in the common space. And to facilitate that, the building code says we need to have 10% natural light brought into a common area. So we've actually cut in these 4 big skylights. So this place is going to just be beautiful. We're going to have so much natural light in here. And again, for those back bedrooms, we had to cut holes up through the roof to facilitate 2 skylights there. And I'll take you up onto the roof in a minute, but again, if you hadn't seen the roof originally, go back and look. It was just a mess of stuff up there. We've cleaned it all up completely, removed old curbs, put in the new curbs, and so lots has happened. All right, yeah, so let's go up to the roof, and this is the first thing to note. We actually had to cut in a new roof hatch to allow us proper access, and the old roof hatch didn't lock, so we definitely had people coming up onto the roof, and so we had to get to this place where we had a nice new roof hatch. Hey guys, looking good. So yeah, here we are up on the roof, and if you saw in the earlier episode, it was a mess up here. What we've had to do is we've had to take out satellite dishes and barbecues and raised platforms and the old curbs that were just garbage. Old rooftop units have all come off, and we're at a place this week where the new roof's going in. So thanks to our friends at Quinn Exteriors who have come and really been giving us a hand out here, and looking forward to what the roof's going to look like in the next week. But we've had to put in new roof cones and just new curbs. You can see where these are actually the new curbs that we've built for the skylights, and some more skylights in the back, and curbs for plumbing, curbs for mechanical, curbs for electrical. And what we have decided to do is there's 2 other curbs that were out here, and we decided we're just going to roof them, cap them, and leave them, and it's possible at a further date we'll end up using them for skylights in that assembly area where the stage is, if we want to have some natural light in there. Nice, easy fix. All right, so thanks again for watching this episode, and again, it's a big transition for us moving from demolition into construction. I want to thank Quinn Exteriors, my dad, George Wilson's been a big part of it. There's lots of other people that have helped along the way, Supa Engineering, Bill Bryant, Engineering, as well as Marcus Wheeler. And of course, the City of North Bay have been awesome through the process, just helping us facilitate the acquisition of the building right through to building permits. And so, yeah, definitely like, subscribe, and we got another episode coming soon.